Hey guys, it's Jason with Buddha Farms coming to you Wednesday, March 14th, 2018. So what we're going to do today for you is show you how to get some free plants. And what I got here is a rosemary and a mint plant. The mint plant I bought probably a couple of years ago. It's just been in the pot growing. And the rosemary I actually got, my mother-in-law has a giant rosemary plant, and all I did was on the back side of it, took a chunk of the root, the whole plant out, filled her plant back up with some soil so the roots can grow back through it. But took this, planted it, and it's been growing since. It's been about 2 years now as well. Growing really good. So let's show you real quick how to get some free plants, especially on the rosemary here. Let's start out with that. You kind of want some new growth. I got a couple of here that are actually look pretty young. I'm just going to cut off a couple of decent pieces. All right, so you just got a normal sprig of rosemary there. I'm going to strip off some of the leaves here about halfway, so you'll have a little bit left. I'm going to do that for a few of these. Yep, you just grab it by the stem, pull back down, all of them come right off, and go ahead and use this. It's still good. All right, and then take your three here, the few sprigs I took, drop them in a cup, whatever, of water, and let them grow. After I think I did this, I actually have one here that's been here for a few weeks, probably about a month now, and when you take them out of the water, you can actually see they're starting to sprout roots, and those are doing really well. This one's just not so much, but it's got a tiny little root on it. Once you got the roots forming on them, you just take some soil. I just got some 4-inch pots here with some soil mix. I'm going to drop it in there and then fill it back up. And press it down. And there you go. You got another free rosemary plant. It's going to grow and get to be as big as this one in a year or so. But that's a continue the growth of that mother plant. This one's growing strong. It's happy where it's at, and it'll continue on. It'll pass the genetics down to this plant. So, all right, let's go to the mint here. So the mint plant is a very invasive plant. The roots just grow everywhere. They'll take over. If you have a mint in any kind of raised bed or garden bed, it's just going to grow throughout the whole bed and completely take over, and you'll have mint plants popping up all over the place. So I keep it in the container, and you can see it's got a bunch of little tiny ones growing up, and all you really need to do is just dig a little bit down into the soil here and take a good decent little piece of the root out. So there you go. I got a piece of mint with some root. I'm gonna take a couple more of these. And there's another one. And then those same pots that I have some mix already in, you just drop it in, make a little hole, drop it in there. Where'd my other piece go? There we go. Make a little hole with your finger, just shove it in, put a little more soil on top, water these in, and in no time they'll be growing just as well as that mama plant. I actually did these, and I had some 3-cell packs. Did the same thing you just saw me do, and I planted these. I'll try to post a picture. I should have a couple of pictures right when I planted them. But these were tiny little pieces, and they're blowing up. The roots are growing out the bottom. I can move these all to bigger pots and grow some giant mint plants like I have here on the mother plant. You could also do this with some other herbs. I've actually done it with a basil plant that I was growing really well. I don't have any on me right now as far as basil goes. Nothing looking great. I got some starting. But you just take a cutting off the basil. You can do the same thing, drop it into some soil, and it'll root up as well, just as well as the mint or the rosemary will, and it'll start growing as well. I did that last year for a few plants, and it gave me 3 or 4 other basil plants that were doing mighty fine. So, all right, guys, hope that was helpful. Just a short little video to help you all along, and hope you you get some use out of it, and you can get a bunch of free plants too.